Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please hit the subscribe now. This start video, Arkansas's Fayetteville. Josh Duggar, a former reality TV star, is suing the federal government to get his child pornography conviction overturned on the grounds that his trial was unfair and that government officials lied under oath. After pleading guilty to receiving child pornography, Duggar received a sentence of about 12.5 years in federal prison in May 2022. Despite his subsequent appeal, the conviction was upheld. A move to vacate Duggar's conviction was filed by him in federal court on July 29, 2025. Testimonies given during the proceedings were either unfounded or untrue, and Duggar maintained throughout the 54-page motion that evidence that could have bolstered his case was purposefully withheld. The document implies that the computer containing the child pornography was accessible to others, and that proof of this was omitted throughout court proceedings. In addition, according to Duggar, an expert from the DOJ offered manipulated forensic data during trial. He intentionally modified the cloned forensic image of the computer during government analysis, overwriting system data, Duggar writes in the court document. After that, he lied under oath and said he hadn't made any changes. In addition to violating Joshua Duggar's rights under the Fifth and Sixth Amendments, this false testimony influenced the jury and prevented the defense from rebutting the prosecution's evidence. According to Duggar, there were a minimum of 8 reasons to reverse his conviction, comprising ineffective assistance of counsel and government collusion resulting in unfair trial. Once famous for their reality TV show 19 Kids and Counting, the Duggar family has a history of controversy. Josh Duggar, the eldest son, was embroiled in the most high-profile incident that has tarnished the family's reputation in recent years. After his conviction on child pornography charges in late 2021, former program star Josh Duggar became embroiled in a highly publicized legal struggle. The family's honor appeared doomed to suffer an eternal hammering. After the conviction, now Josh Duggar has done something unexpected and daring. He's taking control of the situation. In his continuous legal battle to have his conviction overturned, Duggar has opted to represent himself instead of relying on his legal team. Everyone is wondering why he did this, how likely he is to succeed, and what this decision implies for his case's future. Because of this unprecedented step, which has caught everyone by surprise? A somber episode from the Duggar family's past, the conviction. It is necessary to grasp the seriousness of Josh Duggar's conviction and how it became a watershed point in the Duggar family's narrative before delving into his subsequent legal maneuver. Josh Duggar received a 2-year prison sentence in December 2021 for acquiring and possessing CASM. His 2019 conviction was the result of an investigation into his internet activities that uncovered evidence of illegal activity associated with his computer. The claims against Duggar, a prominent member of the ultra-conservative Duggar family and a professed Christian, caused the case to swiftly get extensive media coverage. Expert witness testimony detailing the horrific nature of the material Duggar had seen was among the damaging evidence presented by the prosecution at the widely publicized trial. The jury found Duggar guilty despite his repeated claims of innocence throughout the trial. His own reputation and the Duggar family's public image, which had been established on the basis of religious principles and family-oriented television, took a major hit as a result of the choice. Josh Duggar received a prison term of more than 12 years in May 2022. A lot of people saw that sentence as it just deserts for all his wrongdoings. But the ripple effect was enormous for the Duggars. The cancellation of their once popular reality program had a devastating effect on the family's image. In the aftermath of Josh's horrific actions, the public was forced to process the conflicting messages conveyed by the Duggar family's seemingly perfect reputation. A startling arrangement. Duggar chooses to act as his own attorney. Now, in the year 2023, Josh Duggar has taken the courageous step of representing himself in his continuous endeavors to have his conviction overturned. His attorneys had already sought to overturn the verdict and cast doubt on other aspects of the trial when they took this step. Foregoing a defense team in a complex criminal case, particularly one involving such serious charges, can be a highly risky decision. Thus, professionals and observers in the legal field were first surprised by Duggar's decision. It has been frowned upon and unusual for defendants to represent themselves in criminal proceedings. Experts in the law have the education and experience to deftly navigate the complexities of statutes, case law, and the judicial system. There are many obstacles that self-represented defendants must overcome in order to provide a strong defense. For Duggar, this choice begs the question of his strategy, his familiarity with the judicial system, and the degree to which his actions reflect desperation or planned decision-making. Legal professionals have conjectured that Duggar may be trying to exert complete control over his case and its narrative by choosing to represent himself. One possible motivation for Duggar taking matters into his own hands is his desire to influence public opinion and sidestep the usual legal traps that come with high-profile criminal prosecutions. The astronomical cost of employing a team of top attorneys has led some to speculate that this might be an indication of financial trouble. Perhaps Duggar thinks he can save money or be more involved in the case if he represents himself. No matter Duggar's motives, his action has undoubtedly shaken the public and the legal world. Taking things into his own hands may be interpreted as an indication of self-assurance and determination. The seriousness of his conviction and the difficulty of appealing it raise the possibility that he is desperately trying to avoid further legal ramifications. Unsafety in putting yourself forward. There are many dangers associated with self-representation. Despite Duggar's hopes that it will lead to favorable outcomes, a sophisticated understanding of the law is essential in criminal defense cases, especially when dealing with serious charges like child pornography. The self-represented defendant may find it difficult to handle the procedural elements of the trial, such as submitting legal motions and cross-examining witnesses. Without competent legal representation, defendants run the risk of unintentionally hurting their case, missing vital deadlines, or failing to adequately submit evidence. Furthermore, Duggar has chosen to represent himself even though his appeal to overturn the verdict is already confronting formidable obstacles. The likelihood of successfully appealing a conviction is low, according to legal experts. Even in situations where the evidence is strong, Duggar's decision to represent himself raises questions about his ability to use the legal system to his advantage and possibly avoid a long prison term. Nonetheless, without an experienced defense team, his prospects of success are low. Adding insult to injury, self-representation could further tarnish Duggar's reputation. The defense team representing Duggar had difficulty presenting a logical and compelling case at the initial trial. The possibility of self-representation could make this problem much worse. The prosecution can take advantage of Duggar's inexperience in the court system by using his mistakes as evidence. Also, Duggar's reputation is already in shambles, and taking on a high-profile case as an attorney could bring him even more unwanted attention. Divergent views on the public's reaction. A variety of opinions have emerged in response to Duggar's decision to represent himself. On one hand, there are Duggar fans who are standing by Josh in the hopes that his decision will work out.
Some have argued that regardless of the gravity of the crime, everyone should have an opportunity to defend themselves, and Josh Duggar is no exception. They admire his bravery and believe he's just trying to clear his name so he can get his life back to normal. However, many others are skeptical and worried about Duggar's decision. His detractors contend that he is attempting to avoid responsibility by choosing to represent himself, especially in light of the seriousness of his crimes and the mountain of evidence against him. Some think Duggar is trying to avoid or postpone serving his prison term rather than genuinely seeking to clean his name. Some interpret his decision as a sign that he is trying to avoid accountability for his actions by using the legal system to his advantage. Josh Duggar's future. Where does he go from here? The impact of Josh Duggar's self-representation on